This is Tim Bryce with my column titled, The Trouble with Job Interviews. Something that really irritates me in the corporate world today is how companies interview candidates for a job. Instead of having you describe who you are, what you've done in your professional life, and what skills you possess, human resource types today ask questions like, where do you want to be 5 years from now? How do you handle pressure? How do you deal with conflict? Tell me something nobody knows about you. Did you notice the receptionist outside had 6 fingers? What is your favorite color? If you were an animal, what would you be? Instead of getting to the meat and potatoes of what the person knows, interviewers are asking pseudo-psychological questions aimed at examining the personality of the candidate. It kind of reminds me of the asinine question Barbara Walters asked of movie stars years ago. If you were a tree, what kind would you be? These questions are aimed at determining what your personality type is, such as A, B, C, or D, and how you present yourself. For example, how articulate you can present an argument, and how well you can fit in with the corporate culture. Instead of dancing around the issue and using amateur psychological techniques, why don't they just ask for a psychological profile of the candidate instead, as prepared by accredited professionals? Somehow, the interviewing questions asked today remind me of the neurotic personnel manager Granville Sawyer in the movie classic Miracle on 34th Street. Another interviewing phenomenon I have trouble with is what is now called speed interviewing, which I'm told is derived from speed dating, whereby a number of people are interviewed briefly in a rotational format. It kind of reminds me of how people audition for a reality show and other entertainment contests. It might be nice for a first blush, but hardly a way of honestly getting to know someone. The last thing I think is lacking in interviewing is professional courtesy. It used to be if you sent in a job application, you would get a written note acknowledging the company received it and what they intended to do with it, which perhaps was nothing. Further, after an interview, the candidate would be sent a letter thanking him or her for their time and let them know what their status was. However, you don't see such letters anymore, not even in this age of email. To me, this says a lot about the professionalism of the employer, which is probably not very good. Friends, keep the faith. This is Tim Bryce in Palm Harbor, Florida. Follow me on the internet at timbryce.com.